Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Onslow County where deputies arrested a man for communicating threats. According to warrants, 25-year-old Ryan Lewis was arrested on Monday by the Onslow County Sheriff's Office. Warrants show that in December, Lewis threatened a person by saying he was going to grab an AK-47 and shoot them. When deputies attempted to take Lewis to jail, he began slamming his head into the partition of the patrol car, according to warrants. Now, he also threatened the deputies, according to warrants, by saying, quote, "When I get out of jail, I'm going to kill you," end quote. Now, the Onslow County man was charged with 2 counts of communicating threats and resisting a public officer. He's being held without bond. And now we want to turn our attention to President Trump's arrival in Davos as European leaders are on edge over control of Greenland. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
President Trump today addressing the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, arriving behind schedule after a minor electrical issue with Air Force One. The president heading into diplomatic turbulence over his push to take control of Greenland, a strategically important Danish territory that he argues is too vulnerable to threats from China and Russia.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out.
Many European leaders will be in Davos as they weigh countermeasures to President Trump's threatened tariffs on Denmark and 7 other allies that oppose his efforts to buy Greenland.
We have no interest in picking a fight, but we will hold our ground.
Among the European Union's tools to respond, what's known as the trade bazooka that could ban U.S. goods from European markets. President Trump saying in a new interview he would match any EU actions.
And it's going to go ricocheting backward, but we're not looking at that. We'll probably be able to work something out.
A trade war with the European Union, America's largest trading bloc, would have wide-ranging economic effects and likely price increases here at home when Americans are already feeling the pinch. All as the president defended the state of the economy 1 year into his second term.
Gasoline prices have come per gallon way down. When that happens, everything else comes down.
Also pointing to stock market record highs, though markets plunged Tuesday amid the trade tensions. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you, Alice, for that report. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. We continue to keep an eye on this upcoming weekend. Over the past 24 hours, we have seen an adjustment with model data pointing more towards a freezing rain and rain event versus a snowfall event. There is certainly, though, still plenty of time for model adjustment to occur. We are not dead set on a specific solution at this point, but we do know again that cold air will be present, moisture will be present, and right now things are looking like they're going to be icy as we wake up early Monday morning. Let's take a look at again what you need to know as you as we, all of us, approach this upcoming weekend. Timing, we'll start to see some light snow flurries coming in Saturday, I would say around afternoon, and then everything continues to build as far as a freezing rain threat goes as we head through Sunday and into Sunday night. Again, we could see a little shift in timing, but overall this is going to be a system that really impacts us more so on Sunday than Saturday, but we will again pick up maybe some light snowflakes there as we head through the start of the weekend. The slick spots, though, are really going to be taking hold as we head through Sunday, as that's when our opportunity for freezing rain is going to be increasing. Right now, everything it's chilly outside, yes, but we got plenty of sunshine and a calm breeze. Right now, 30 degrees in Greenville comes with, again, very sunny conditions and dew points rising from where they were yesterday. A little bit more moisture in the air at this point. 32 degrees in Washington. Again, a calm breeze and dew points in the low 20s. Most of eastern North Carolina right now, at least inland areas, are at slightly below freezing. As you get closer to the water, you're looking at warmer temperatures. Right now, we've got 37 degrees in Oriental, 38 in Manio, 40 degrees in Beaufort, 43 in Hatteras. But as you get further inland, again, those temperatures are aren't quite as toasty. Right now, winds generally trying to come in out of the northeast to east. Those winds, again, should help keep us slightly cooler this afternoon than our seasonal average. Normally, we see the mid to upper 50s this time of year. Well, this afternoon, we're into the low 50s, a little bit cooler. But tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit more heat show up to the party. So if you're a fan of warmer weather, I don't think tomorrow's going to be a warm day, but it will be warmer than what we're going to experience this afternoon, and certainly warmer than what we experienced yesterday, as by the time we get to around noon tomorrow, air temperatures should be flirting with 60 degrees, getting into the low 60s between 1, 2, 3, and 4 p.m. By the time we reach 5, we'll start to see those temperatures come back down again. But this is kind of the warmth before the storm. Here is a look at, again, how it's going to be coming together. That cold front you're seeing there, while it's not going to bring much rain to eastern North Carolina, it will bring cold air. And note just how far offshore that front gets. We, again, are going to feel the push of cold air as we head really into Thursday night, more so Friday, and then into Saturday. Now, that area of low pressure you're seeing back towards the Mississippi River, that is going to be our source of moisture. Once it reaches the Atlantic, it's really going to see a lot of moisture bubble up, and that is going to give us the drops that we need in order to, again, see some freezing rain potential. That's coming in more so on Saturday and Sunday than coming in on Friday. But again, right now, it does look like the coast is going to be okay in terms of icing. And when I say okay, not seeing a great threat of ice along the Outer Banks. But as you head further inland, that threat of ice only gets higher. So what you need to know as we head through the weekend, I would try to prepare for rough travel. It's going to be slick on the roads. Freezing rain is terrible because if it comes down initially as rain, that can help take the brine off of the road. So any roads that are really pre-treated, we see a lot of that treatment get washed away. And then everything freezes, so we're looking again at slick spots on the roads. So that's danger number one. Danger number two is if we again see an abundance of freezing rain and ice accumulations, that's when power outages become more of a possibility. So put yourself in the frame of mind that, okay, if I'm going to get through this storm system, I need to anticipate not being able to drive anywhere. And then I also need to anticipate possibly being without power for maybe a day or two. When air temperatures are going to be this cold, that makes a difference. So as far as buying, things to eat, try to plan on things that either you don't need to heat up, or you have a way that is not electricity based to heat that food that you want to have. That's kind of what I want people to understand with this system, and the main dangers, again, travel and power outages. Those are, again, going to be really concerning across eastern North Carolina as we make our way through this system. But for now, things have trended in a more positive direction for us in terms of Sunday's air temperatures getting into the mid-30s. That is promising. That should reduce at least some of the ice accumulations. Now, obviously, as that system pulls away, air temperatures are going to fall, and as that happens, we see everything that's on the ground, water or ice, it's just going to, again, refreeze and stick around all the way through Monday, Tuesday, and now it looks like potentially even Wednesday, as highs only get a couple degrees above freezing. Water itself, but ice is a very good holder of heat. It maintains its temperature a lot more effectively than land does. So whenever you've got a sheet of ice over land, it acts as an insulator, and it can keep from melting very much when you're looking at air temperatures, at 33 or 34 degrees. You're not going to see as much melt as what you would anticipate, even though air temperatures technically are above that freezing point. So that's something to note. Just because we've got 34 degrees on Wednesday does not mean everything is going to be melting away. It is a concern that we could see any ice stick around through at least the first half of next week. Now, I do want to say good morning to Bernice Davis. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Yeah, it does look like this is still going to be a messy system. But we have seen some improvements with that rain-snow line shifting a little bit further up towards the northwest, and that puts us a little bit less in the complete mess danger, but we still need to obviously pay attention to it because that's just one model run. Trying to base a forecast off of one model run is a fool's errand. You will end up being wrong if you do that. You have to look at all of the runs together, see how everything is progressed over several days, and you can kind of get an idea of where the system is heading. So for right now, we still aren't putting out any sort of snow accumulation and expected totals. We're not putting out any ice accumulation totals, or at least expected ice accumulation totals at this point, because there is still quite a bit of uncertainty left with the overall track of that low pressure system. So that's why we haven't, again, put those numbers out. If you were wondering, well, how much snow am I going to get in my house? If you're calling for snow and ice, what am I going to see? Right now, we are anticipating, again, a snow and ice event across certainly parts of eastern North Carolina, but not everyone is going to be seeing the same things. So we will have that more nailed down, I think, by the time we get to Thursday night, certainly by Friday morning. But for now, that's all we have time for. We will be back coming up at the top of the hour with more news and weather. Until then, have a fantastic Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.